What's up, collectors? P-Rock's back again for another review, and today we're taking a look at another Last Ronin figure because I'm on a Last Ronin fix, man. I reread the comics. I'm excited the fact the news that there's actually a movie being made for this. I cannot wait. So, reading the comics, this is the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin, the Last Ronin Battle Damage. This is the scene from the first episode after the Last Ronin tries to take out the enemies, Shredder's grandson, and fails, and, does some things that he may content to kind of, honor himself some samurai way. I don't want to spoil for people who have not read the comic. If you have not read the comic, please go read the comic. What are you waiting for? But anyways, so when I first saw this figure, I was like, damn, why is this so huge? Because this dude's huge, man. He's definitely, this is like the Overeem. I'm going to show you a picture real quick right now. Overeem. This is the Overeem of the Ninja Turtles. And this dude is huge. And I'm like, yeah, I don't remember him being this big. So I went back and read the comic. And this is basically, after he basically is healed up, he realized that the mutagen inside of him is basically evolving and making him bigger, stronger. He heals faster. So that's why when the last run first starts, he's not this big. But then he becomes big because something happens. I don't want to spoil it. But anyways, I hope you guys are intrigued with this because I'm very intrigued with this character. I'm very intrigued with this figure and the book, and I cannot wait for the movie. So before we get the review started, please hit that like, subscribe button, click that bell notification, and let's get this review started. Dale! What's up, fellow collectors? Die action. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the box before we get this big figure out the box. So right in the front, you have that beautiful artwork right there. You see the other turtles that are talking to him. You see him. Now, I forgot to remember, this is actually the scene too where they first reveal, like during the issue, they show that Mikey, or I don't want, or anyways, it's been over a year. I'm pretty sure you know who this is anyways. But the last one was talking to other people. And then this was the first scene where they actually show the ghost forms of the other turtles right here. So I like that they added this right here. I forgot about this when I first bought this. But this is a scene where he's basically making the tea, healing up, licking his wounds, thinking things over, and he's talking to his brothers right here. So right there in the front, you got a nice picture of that. Right here in the side, you got a nice picture of the last Ronin right there. Number 12, I think this is like, I don't know if that is like the 12th figure in this line. Right here in the back, you got nice poses of the figure. Look at that mean mug right here. And if you want to go ahead and pause that, read it, go ahead, pause. Reading is fundamental. And then right here, you got nice, more artwork of the battle damage last Ronin. That dude was huge, man. And you see the T with his brothers right there. Right at the bottom, you got the legal information right there. Right there. There goes another one. And then once you open this up, you get like a little picture of the figure right there. Nice little pose right there. I'm really intrigued with the poseability on this figure because this is a big boy. Look at this guy. That's a big boy, man. That's a big boy. Look at that. But anyways, there's a nice window of the figure. So, all right, let's go ahead and get him out the box. We can take a close look at everything that comes in the package in 4K. And once you get him out the box, you get 1.5 clamshells. You get the top layer right here, which actually has the figure. Look at that dude. Look at those faces, man. This dude is mean. This dude is huge. This dude's definitely gonna have to get tested by USADA, man, because this is not this is not normal. But anyways, comes with the accessories right here. And then I was curious about that too, because in the packaging it shows him with the band-aids on the arms. And then as you see here, when you open the window, you don't see the arms with the band-aids. So I was wondering if the band-aids were going to be attached manually. But the half clamshell you get, which is I think this, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. But I think this is the first time I've seen NECA, at least in the turtle line, where they give you swappable arms and, basically swappable arms. So this is something different. I'm intrigued how these arms are going to come out because we all know NECA joints can be stiff out the packaging. So I'm intrigued of how easy it is going to be to swap these arms out. But yeah, there you go. It goes arms with the band-aids. And look at those damn veins, man. This dude, he's going to have no problem getting blood drawn from this guy. All right, let's go ahead and get everything else. We're going to take a close look in 4K at the fine detail on this figure and those veins. So there we have the last Ronin battle damage laid out with all the accessories. And one thing I want to point out real quick is I like the fact that they actually gave us the book that's open. If you have the original, the first version of the last Ronin, he comes with this book. This is Splinter's journal. And it's actually closed. So I like the fact they actually gave us an open one with a little malleable piece of plastic right here. It kind of helps, keep the strap looking kind of authentic and real. But this is definitely some good articulation, sculpting done on this piece right here to kind of make this look right here. But this is pretty cool right here, man. I can't read anything that says there, but I like this. This is one thing that stood out to me right away, and I'm happy that we actually got this because now we have both versions, open and closed version of the book, which I'll show you real quick in the final pose. But anyways, the part we're really here for is the last Ronin himself, and let's look at this big boy and all that fine detail. Look at those damn veins. This is definitely another level of turtles right here, man, because this is crazy. Like, look how big this dude is. Look at this. What I like too is the shell. You know, my shell, it seems like a little crooked. You can see on the top of the head is a little more, like, I wish I could twist it more this way. But just the detail on that shell too, man. That thing looks beautiful, man. Look at the detail on the shell, the wrappings. Now, one thing is when I watched this, when I reread this comic, I understand that the turtles were always like this, like it looks like they're naked and stuff. I understand that, but as him being big, you can see butt cheeks down there now. Like it kind of looked a little awkward, like seeing him standing next to April and April's daughter just standing there like this. I mean, dude, put some fucking pants on or something, man. But anyways, like it looked funny. It looked funny, but this dude just got huge, man. Look at that detail. Look at the veins. Look at the neck. Look at, oh my god, this dude's like, he's ripped. I'm telling you, man, this is definitely Overeem as a turtle right here, man. This guy is, woo, he's big. Anyways, all right. I tried to bring the brightness down a little bit, but didn't. So let me just bring the brightness back up real quick. I do gotta say, I'm curious because as you can see, Michelangelo was always the smallest turtle of all of them. And the fact that he got this big with after the mutagen evolved more, it makes me think, what if Raphael survived this long? Like, because Raphael is always the bigger one of the bunch. But imagine if he survived and lasted this long. If I remember correctly, I think Casey O'Neill in one of the issues says something about he's like around 100 years old at this point right here. You know, turtles live longer than humans and stuff. He's like in the mutant too, so it helps out. But supposedly he's like 100 years old or close to 100 years old. But imagine, like I said, imagine Raphael was just like made it to this age with the mutant and still evolving. Imagine how much bigger he would be. He would be like Colossus of the turtles and stuff. But anyways, nice detail on this guy. Nice vein work going on. This is definitely. I wish I had a 1/12 scale, like a bench lift, like a bench press or some kind of like workout equipment. Definitely would. I'd love to take a picture with him, you know, working out and stuff. So, all right. As big as this dude is, the question I've had when I see the window too is how is the articulation? So let's see. So first of all, the head can go pretty far up, very far down. You can go full 360, sideways, tilt, giggity. There you go right there. And then, all right, so let's look at the arms. Arms so far, you can do a T-pose. It's like you could do a T-pose. So far, smooth. So definitely can do a T-pose with the arms. You do get twist at the shoulder, at the biceps. You get twisted the biceps right here. You do get, let's see, double jointed. Oh, you can do the poses. This is going to be fun to have him doing these freaking muscular poses and stuff. The only thing I don't like too much with Neca is these pins, but I saw the same on Comic-Con. They did release some more figures without the pins, so it's definitely going to look a little bit more flushed. But man, look at that articulation right there. And it's smooth so far. Like, it's not tight. I mean, not jinx it. All right, so then you get that. You can put the arm, let's put this arm down so your arm can go fully up. As you can see, so you get twisted the arm, the shoulder too. And then at the wrist, obviously twist the wrist. And then you do get bend also, as always. You get bend at the wrist. So that's real good right there. Let's see. So let's get the arms forward. Now, obviously, you can't get the arms backwards because the shell's blocking it. But you could try to work around it, kind of like this a little bit. So there you go. So nice arm articulation. So far, so good. The waist, let's see if he has any. Oh, wait, he does. So as you can see the point right here, you can see the seam line. He does have articulation at the lower chest, which is good because we all know these turtles never really have much waist articulation because of the shell. But this is pretty good. This is some leeway. And look at it. You can actually see his pecs sticking out from underneath the shell. That's how diesel this dude is, man. Wow, this guy is freaking huge, man. But it's cool. It's a cool look on the turtles. The legs, all right. So far, the joints feel smooth, man. Like is it gonna be 2 in a row? Like 2 Neca reviews in a row with good articulation figures and no stuck joints? We shall see. All right. So you got this open right here. You can do the split. And so going forward, he cannot do the Hogan boot. Obviously, he's too big. Can't get the leg up. He could probably do like maybe a bootleg cane Hogan boot or whatever, but Now, all right. So the knees so far. Oh my God, they're bending. The knees, you can do double bend the knees. You don't get full unless I bend it more. No, you don't get full bend, but you get good enough for here. You can do the whole head monster off flying knee. Definitely get that accomplished. And then let's see. All right, so the legs, you do get twist at the upper thighs, like the upper thigh, and you get a little bit twist at the lower thigh between the before it's knee. And then the feet, this all right. So this looks like you can see there's like glue in there, paint in there, so you can see this joint's gonna be tight. So let's see if I can move this foot up the other way and get some bend. Let's see if I can bend this without messing up. All right, so there you go. So you do get high foot articulation going upwards and good amount going backwards. So there you go. There is no pivot. Oh, actually there is. Yeah, so there is a twist on it. And this is why I wish the cinches actually had, because it would have made them easier to articulate and getting like a battle stance, whatnot. But yeah, it's good. All right, so there we go. Here's all the articulation. And one thing I did forget to check was the ab crunch. So no, obviously no ab crunch. You got a little bit right here, but not much because of the shell on the chest portion. And that's pretty much it, man. And this dude actually has good articulation for a big boy. And man, look at all that detail. All right, so look at the other accessories that come with them. First of all, look at the Band-Aid damaged arms. And these are going to be very intriguing to put on, so I can't wait to try these out. You see the Band-Aids all over him, as you can see there. I think this is supposed to be, yeah, I think this is this way. Wait, which one's not a... No, that's one thing I'm curious about. All right, so this is going to be the left arm, I guess. I guess that's one thing you have to worry about. I see is matching it up because you got to go by the forearm. You can see the shape of the forearm right here. So it looks like in my package, they had the arms backwards. They had this one this side. So this looks like this is, yeah, so there you go. You can match up the forearms. So this is going to be this way. All right, so let's get that back down. So let's make sure, because I don't want to confuse it, get his arm backwards. But anyways, here's the arms. Let's see the articulation on that. You do get double bend at the elbow there. Definitely good. This is going to be intriguing, man. I'm very intrigued with this right here. Something different. I like that. The Neca's trying different things. This is definitely cool. Obviously, you're going to put them in easier this way. Peg them in that way. That's why they're that way. And then once you peg them in that way, then you can start moving the arm. Because as you can see, this is basically like this. So that part goes in there, as you can see. So that's the shoulder part right here. And then that's part right there. So you take this out, put it in there, and then move it around. And then let's look at the other arm real quick. Same thing, just more Band-Aids on this one. You can definitely see this is the outside portion because the outside portion has more Band-Aids compared to the inside portion. Now, on the Band-Aid thing, I gotta go back. I want to look back in the comic. I'm not sure. I think he had Band-Aids on his legs, too, if I remember correctly. So, unfortunately, you don't get those on this figure. You don't get swappable legs. Probably been pricier figure, but it is what it is. All right, he has a set of semi-open hands. Look at the veins on these things. Then he has a pair of closed hands. This is for the weapons, to hold the weapon, but he doesn't come with any weapons, so we shall see. I guess it's for the teapot. Then he does come with a pair of open hands. There we go. Nice little detail on the fingernails. And then obviously he comes with a closed fist on the figure. And then he does come with the 3 other head sculpts. So he has a more angry face right here with the Band-Aids on. Look at that. Look at that mug, man. There's little stuff on the paint. Oh, maybe I have to rub it off, but it's not coming off. But look at that detail going across the head. You see little spots in the back of his head. The Band-Aids, cool paint application on the Band-Aids. And this dude right here, man. This is why I always thought it was Michelangelo. I mean, I always thought it was Raphael. I always thought the last one was Raphael because look how mean this dude looks. Then you do get another more of an angry face, but without the Band-Aids. He's kind of like, rah, rah, what are you doing here? Same thing right here. So we'll see how easy. I'll let you know if it's easy to swap his heads out. And then more of the angry yelling face. Like, get out of it. This is more when he's yelling at Raph and shit. When he's talking to Raph. He's mad at Raph saying, I sacrificed everything. More Band-Aids there. And just, let's see the articulation. Let's see the detail in that mouth. See if I can get, there we go. Look at that. I'm telling you, with the last Ronin line, I'm not a huge fan of the way that the other Turtle members looked. But with the last Ronin Mirage line, I think Neca's doing an awesome job with articulation and the detail on the figure. All right, so here's this tea kettle, teapot. See there, really cool. Let's open up. There you go. Semi-hole right there. Nice detail on the back and the bottom. Cool handle. You see the little paint on the handle right there. And of course, his teacup. Now, what would have been cool too is I'm not sure if Neca, I'm pretty sure they will. I think they're gonna give us ghost versions of the turtles. So it would be cool if the ghost versions of the turtles come with more cups, so you can actually have a scene with the last Ronin and the other turtles. Actually, in the comic, when he's talking to them in this scene right here, having tea together. So that would definitely be something cool for them to do. I hope they do. So far, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed so far. Let's go ahead and get a size comparison started. And now we have the last Ronin ready for a size comparison. So let's go ahead and start bringing some figures in. And of course, I want to first bring in the original version of this guy right here. This is the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin. And you can see right there the big difference. Like the one on the left is when he first showed up on the comic, and then basically the one on the right, the battle damage one, is when he's recovering from his first attack. So you can see how big he evolved and mutated. So he got a lot bigger since, you know, when you first saw him. All right, let's go ahead and bring in, of course, a Godzilla figure. And this is going to be the SH Monster Arts Gigan. Now let's bring in a turtle figure, but from the cartoons, and another big guy. Let's go ahead and bring in the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, Rex 1. And you can see the size difference between the last Ronin and Rex 1. And finally, of course, I always got to include one of these. Let's bring in a 6-scale figure, and let's bring in another ninja guy in here. And let's bring in the 3-0 G.I. Joe Storm Shadow figure. One of the coolest ninjas ever. So there you go. Good size comparisons with some other NECA figures and a 6-scale figure and SH Monster Arts figures. Just in case you currently have any of these figures in your collection and you're curious of how he would fit. All right, let's go get the final thoughts and final poses. And here in this final pose, I wanted to get a bunch of my big, bulky, super ubering figures that have the muscular details and have them in a freaking pose off right here. Basically, all flexing their muscles. Of course, Jim is right there like, I'm too cool for this. So right away, I hear the song, I'm too sexy for my, too sexy for my, I'm walking the catwalk, yeah, I'm the catwalk, yeah, I shake my little tush. I hear that right here, in this right here. Like when I get through this pose, that's the first thing I hear. I'm definitely gonna do a short on this real quick. And of course, you have Saitama right there, sitting there like what the heck is going on? Don't these guys know you don't need all these muscles to be powerful? But anyways, this character right here, this figure right here is definitely something cool. I was not expecting NECA to give us this. I'm happy that they're diving deep into the last Ronin. They're giving us as much things as possible. I was not expecting this, and I was not thinking we were going to get this or we needed this. And not only that, the size and, you know, NECA's reputation of the joints, I was thinking that these joints were going to be a pain in the butt to pose and everything like that. But this last Ronin, he posed for a big dude. He poses very good. I am so satisfied so far with the last Ronin line. I think NECA is improving a lot on some of the issues they had from the past. The detail they give these figures is amazing. I'm trying to think of any issues. Like, I haven't seen any issues so far where I'm trying to pose them. The ankles are definitely helping. As you can see, both feet are flat on the ground, so that's definitely helping. And you got the big boys here showing you their guns. How can you not be happy with it? This is what I love about collecting, man. This is why I cannot give up other lines. I cannot stick to 1/6 scale and 1/12 only. Just the different things out there and the different visions you can get out there. This is why I love still doing this. I still love collecting the small scale figures because things like this, just fun. I like to have fun with my small scale figures. All right, let's get the next final pose. So I know in the comics, he doesn't actually, like when he's this big, he doesn't actually, basically when he's this big and like basically this naked, he doesn't fight the Sinjas. But I wanted to get a pose with the Sinjas in action. And when I saw these hands right here, first thing I saw these hands, I was like, oh, these would be perfect for like choke slams or grabbing a Sinja by the throat. So I was hoping I was able to get this accomplished with no trickery done. And here you go. A good thing is, like us NECA fans, we know some of the NECA joints can be a pain in the butt, but this is a good sign right here that those shoulder joints are strong enough to hold a Sinja in the air with the hands gripping the neck, and you can see the other Sinja basically got his head punched right off. So Michelangelo or the last Ronin is about to punch off this Sinja's head to go next with the one on the floor right there. So definitely cool that you can actually get this guy very good posed and have some action poses like this. And the face right there, like it shows the anger in his face. It's like, I'm gonna punch your head off. I'm gonna knock it off, I tell ya. So there you go right there. Definitely want to just do a quick pose like this. So finally, it's the time I've been waiting for. I'm going to try to swap out those hands, those arms, and put the Band-Aid arms on there. So I'll keep you updated on the next final pose on how that went. All right, so on this final pose, I want to make sure to include all the accessories that came with them and the swappable arms. And I want to let you guys know, good news, they were super simple to swap out, no problems at all. You would think with NECA figures they're going to be a hard time, but no, they came out perfect. Maybe 2 pieces of paint came off as they came off. That's nothing because it's in the armpit. But they swapped out easily. The hands inserted into the new arms easily. The heads swap out easily. The book was a little trick to get into his hand. I definitely wanted to get a pose with him reading the book, kind of basically regrouping after he failed his first attempt to take out Shredder's grandson. So now he's basically regrouping now, reading the book, refreshing, getting his little tea poured in there, getting ready. He got his little trophy there, the little head there to kind of add some information into the book from the Sinjas and what he experienced on his first attempt to take out Shredder's grandson. So definitely the teapot, the tea kettle is a little tricky to get in the hand. I'm not a big fan of the angle you have to put it in. But I went back and looked at other pictures, and that's the same way they have in other pictures. So it's intended for that way. Definitely nice touch. The cup is cool. The book is definitely cool. It fits in the hand perfectly. And you can see when it comes spinning around that you're going to see that the last Ronin is basically grinning. He's like, yes, I know where I messed up at. I know where I failed. And I know where to improve to get the mission accomplished and revenge my family from the foot scum. So there you go. Definitely a cool figure. This figure exceeded my expectations. I was not expecting much from this figure. Look at that grin. I love that grin on his face. He's like, yeah, it's about to go down. But this figure exceeded my expectations. I was expecting something like stiff and bulky, but this guy can articulate awesome for a big bulky figure. And man, I'm telling you, man, like the swappable arms is definitely a new thing. I'm hoping that continues going forward because it does kind of in a way. If he had more scenes like this in the comic, it would have pushed me to buy 2 of them. But I didn't get 2 of them, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review because I'm enjoying this figure. And if you did, please hit the like, subscribe button, click that bell notification. And as always, collectors, keep collecting, stay safe, be good, dale. This guy's definitely on steroids.